Hello, welcome back to Wednesday's vlog. I just thought I'd show you around what's in. Again, like I keep mentioning, there's a couple coming in this afternoon, but if I film them, one's coming in at 2, 3 and 4 o'clock. The videos aren't going to go out till like after 6, 7 o'clock when I get home. So, what we've got in today, this Cougar, I'll show you this. 16 plate Cougar, I'll show you it up on the lift and under, and the other car as well. With these, we've now got plastic sumps. Yes, plastic sumps with a plastic sump seal, which you just twist with your fingers. So there, I can just see they're going to be problematic. When these get brittle, slightest little knock, you lose all your oil. These things, even though they've got a pin in them, start to leak. We do replace them for new ones. Nice straightforward oil filter though, happy days. Great big DPF on there, as we know, which can be problematic. And this is the 4-wheel drive Cougar. Again, these rear diffs can be problematic. So make sure with these, I believe, let's have a quick look, if it's the type. Yeah, with these, make sure you get them maintained regularly. But these, like kind of like a unit on them, like electronic kind of transfer power device in them, like a Haldex unit. Just make sure you get them regularly checked. I don't really get into that. It's more of a specialist transmission place. But the 4-wheel drives of these can be problematic. As you can see, that's another kind of electronic unit they have on the back of the main gearbox with the sensors in them, which you can see the prop shaft goes out from that. So again, as you can see, that's got a little fluid. Make sure you get the fluids regularly changed on them. There's your fill level, there's your drainer. They're very important to have done. So yeah, so like I said, this has just been in for an oil and filter. It had all new brakes on it a couple of years ago, so there's no problems there. It's got all good tyres, as you can see, the Michelin Cross Climates, which I've done a review on them tyres. Very good. So yeah, that's a Cougar. I'll show you that when it comes down. Another bonnet, and there's this other one here we've got in the Polo. Be careful with these, there's a major fault with these on the sills. This one's starting to go, it's perfectly fine for now, but this range of Polo from about 09 to about 14, 15 plate, as you see on this side, the sill looks perfectly fine. Just pretty average, what you would expect for an 11 plate car. But if you look on this side, this is your regular thing, so they all start to bubble up. There's been no dodgy repair done here or nothing. This is completely how they come from the factory. And as you can see, when you're pushing them all, they're all starting to, all that water is actually coming out where the water gets trapped underneath. You can see it there. And to be quite honest, it's fine for now, but come another couple of years, this is going to need a new sill or a patch done on it. You wouldn't expect that on an 11 plate car, but that's just the way it is. This car's been somewhere else down the country. It had a broken spring or something, so it's had new springs and drop links. This is for MOT. But it just shows you, at the minute, I've had a huge spate at the minute of punchers. And this lass had just caught one of our wheels, and she got a puncher, put the spare wheel on, and then in no time at all, she's picked up a nail in a tyre that's probably never been on the road before. So she's popped one tyre, and then on exactly the same side of the car, picked up another one. You couldn't make it up, could you? So we've got to get that sorted for the MOT, because just so you know, you've got to have matching size tyres on an axle for an MOT. So if you look at this one, it is, and I get the size, a 185, 60, 15. And if you look at the actual sizes, should be, they are 195, 55, 15. So it's fine as a temporary spare, but for an MOT, it's a fail. You've got to have matching size tyres. So that's going, the alloy wheel in the boot. Hopefully, I've checked the rim, there's no major damage on it. Hopefully, that'll just need a new tyre on. The puncher on this tyre may need a new repair done, or get it vulcanised. Probably need vulcanised because it's that close to the corner, to the edge of it. So we'll see what the tyre shop can do with that. Tow bar on this. Don't think this would tow my caravan, would it? I'll show you some under the bonnet of both these cars when I get them down on the deck and go through a few things, what to look for and what engines are in them. This is your 1200 VAG engine. It's in all sorts, Polos, Fabias, the Ups, you name it, all the smaller VAG cars. But these have a serious problem. They have a 3-cylinder 1.2, but these have a serious problem with burning out the valves and valve seats. The only way you can really combat this, to help, is use regular, if you can, fuel additives. And believe it or not, that if you look back on my videos the other day, actually no, I haven't uploaded it yet, but I am going to upload it. I got some Lucas upper cylinder lubricant, which you put into your fuel, and it would really help these engines actually. But really, use a decent fuel additive, some decent fuel. I know it's difficult at the minute with the price of fuel. Regularly change your oil, and especially on these, regularly change the spark plugs, because they're just standard plugs and they burn out really quick, and that's another cause of them running not right, and that actually burns out the valves. So if you do have one of these and you tend to find you get a regular misfire on it, and you go through things and you're like, well, it's got good plugs, the injectors are fine, nothing's wrong with it, I can guarantee it'll have burnt out the valves. If you do a compression test on them, you'll find it won't hold the pressure, because literally the valves burn out to nothing. So if you do buy one of these second hand, it's something to look out for. Naturally, they're 3-cylinder, they're pretty rough anyway, but if you put it into second gear and floor it, and into third, if it feels that it's just sort of, I mean, it will feel different to a 4-cylinder car if you're coming from a 4-cylinder to a 3, but if you feel that it's hesitating or running rough, but again, remember, 3-cylinders do run rough, just walk away from it, because it's going to be a whole head-off, chain, everything. So yeah, watch out for these engines. I've seen lots of problems, and we've actually encountered a couple of them coming in with that fault. So really, that's all with these. Front suspension on these are a nightmare, like the springs and stuff, but luckily that's been done. So yeah, that's the Polo, and I'll just pause this out now and we'll have a look at the Cougar under the bonnet. So here's the Cougar on the ground now. I'll just show you, we'll have a little walk around the car first. Lovely car actually. I nearly bought one. I really like them. They've got like I said, the self-park in this one, as you can see by that parking sensor there. And this is all the self-park that it's got, park assist they call it. It's fully spec'd out inside as well. All the extra, I don't know what it's, I don't think it's the full titanium X, I think it's just the titanium, but it has got a lot of optional extras on it as well. Obviously, they've been the 4-wheel drive. I think they class them as the 180 brake horsepower ones, I think. Don't quote us on that. Really nice looking cars. I do genuinely like them, but I'll show you what put me off about it is, naturally, you will see that this is a Ford, yes. I mean, it's no secret, you all know. It's a Ford, yeah. But, you know, it's just the fact that they've got a Citroen Peugeot engine in them, you know. Like, they're certainly not even trying to hide it on these. You can see it back there on the rocker cover. I said it's on there in the inlet manifold. It's on there. Citroen Peugeot. So, you know, for me, it's like, don't get us wrong, you've seen, I've had all my Reynolds, my Citroens, my Peugeots. I haven't necessarily got a bad thing to say about them. But what I want when I'm buying a Ford is a Ford. And I'm not saying Ford make great engines. Let's look at the EcoBoost and God knows what. But this just seems to be a common thing. If I'm going in to buy a Ford, I want a Ford. I don't know how they get away with this. You know, like, how can I explain something? You know, if I sold you a, I don't know, this filter here, you know, we'll use this, an NGK spark plug here, right? And I said, there's your NGK spark plug. And then you open it up in the box and it's a flipping Mickey Mouse, eBay, non-branded piece of rubbish. You would complain, wouldn't you? Sorry somebody come in. But yeah, you get me gist, what I'm saying. I just think it's like, you know, if you went to buy this car for, I would say 25,000 pounds, probably more. And you sat down in that showroom or whatever, and you just open the bonnet and you know, it says this, Ford Jura Talk, you know. So I could imagine all of the leaflets would say Ford's new engine, Ford's Euro 5, Euro 6, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. And I bet you they haven't got like a little asterisk at the bottom going PSA, Citroen Peugeot that you're buying, you know. So yeah, that's what put me off. And it's not a bad thing because in fairness, there hasn't been too many problems with them. But I don't know, like if I want something with a Citroen or Peugeot engine in, I'll go out and buy a Citroen and Peugeot. If I fancy the Ford, it's a Ford that I want. If I want to go and get a Honda, I want a Honda. You know, it's like, I don't know how they get away with it. There must be some kind of loophole worked by serious top-end lawyers and God knows what for car manufacturers to have this joint venture. I mean, they've been doing it years. Honestly, like the old Astra out there, they had Isuzu engines in them, but that was good. You know what I mean? It used to be a good thing. Like Rover, as we all know, everybody always used to go, oh, I've got a Rover, but the one with the Honda engine in. You know, like that's when things were good. But now you're buying Mercedes with Renault engines in. The K9K Renault engine, one of the best diesel engines around. Cracking little engine. But If you buy Mercedes, you want a Mercedes engine. If you buy, so yeah, let us know your thoughts on that one. It's quite interesting. I mean, obviously, I know a lot of you guys watching the channel are into your cars, and you'll probably know what you're driving, but if there's any of you guys watching this who are just generally, you don't know nothing about cars, does this kind of thing genuinely surprise you? If this was your car, and I pointed that out to you, what would be your opinion? If you had gone out and bought this Cougar like this bloke has, he's had it for like 3 or 4 years, we've been servicing this, and I opened the bonnet and pointed you out, there's your Citroen and Peugeot engine, and just say you had just bought that car, say, a couple of weeks ago, brand new, would you be tempted to go back to the dealership? It's fair enough, second-hand car dealers, you can't blame them, they just simply sell used cars. But if you bought a car, brand new, i.e. like that, and then within a couple of, say, weeks of owning it, if you just took it into your local garage, not that you'll probably take a brand new car into your local garage, but just say you just decided to pull the engine cover off yourself and you've seen all that Citroen and Peugeot stuff splattered all over the engine, would you be happy? Would you actually go back and say something to the Ford dealership or whatever dealership you bought the car from and say, look, you've missold me a product, you've sold me a Ford and it's got Citroen and Peugeot in it. But that's the way things are now, and it's only going to get worse. And let's face it, in time, you might not even be working on engines, they might be flipping electric motors and batteries, so worries me a little bit in my job. I always thought I had a future-proof job, but if they keep pushing, I don't think electric cars will ever kick off the way that they say they will, but it does worry us a bit. I'm probably not in my time. I think we'll carry on to see. I mean, crikey, they're going to be making, what is it, ICE, internal combustion engine cars up until I think 2030. So if a brand new car's at 2030, I'll be well out my time before I start seeing the massive rollout where like a petrol car is a rarity or a diesel car. But it makes you wonder for the future, the younger generation, what's going to happen for them who want to be mechanics and things like that, Yeah, so we shall see the future for the young ones. But anyways, I got stopped there. That's 3 times I've been stopped. It's sometimes impossible to get a video out on time. So I'll leave that here. If I get a little bit of free time this afternoon, I'm debating bringing either the Mercedes or the Jeep to the garage. With the Jeep, I don't need to really do much on that, but as I mentioned, I got the 4-wheel alignment done on Monday, and I've greased up all which I showed you on the video, on the track rods, but naturally since they've been in and moved everything, now it's all like the protection will come off, so I'm just going to put a bit more copper grease or something on there to protect it, nip up the big nuts so that definitely I know they're tight and they're going to move. And that's pretty much it for the Jeep, I think. And I think I'll bring the Mercedes in, and I'm not going to say nothing about it, but I'll give a bit of a walk around on it, and let you know how the journey went on Saturday when we took it out. I was wanting to use it this week a bit more, maybe on the weekend, but they've started absolutely lacing the salt down on the road, so I'm not, because otherwise people like my dad's just like, well, just get it used, what's the point in not using it? I've had it off the road for 6 months over the winter, since the 1st of September, so it doesn't get salt on it. So if I take it out, say, today, and there's still salt on the roads, it's totally made no point in keeping the thing off the road all winter. So if I use it just once in the salt this month, it's been a complete waste of 6 months keeping it off the road to stop the salt getting into all the rust scabs on it and making it worse. So that's why. Might sound pathetic, but it's kind of like painting a wall lovely, and then just as soon as it's dried, just chucking a whole load of paint, different colour paint all over it. You just totally undo all the good that you've just done. So yeah, I might bring that in because I've got a few things I want to do to that, which we'll go through on a separate video. So yeah, I've just had some brakes delivered for a customer they're going to fit them themselves. I don't often do that, but I do it for trusted customers. So they've got the discs and pads there. I'm getting this screen wash, which was on offer. 2 25-litre cans, so we've got 50 litres of screen wash there. In fact, I've just had new antifreeze, proper Toyota antifreeze delivered. As you can see there, first Toyota, genuine Toyota stuff. So yeah, I've been on a few good bargains going lately. Oh, there's these as well. Jubilee clips, got all them just delivered, and I've got the task of trying to unbag all them and put them somewhere organised, which is not my not my strongest point. Saying that, actually, I'm a lot more organised in here when it comes to keeping things neat and tidy. I am a bit OCD with stuff like that. Like, it's normally my dad who leaves things lying around. I've got to put them back in order. It does my head in. Even mid-job, if I'm in the middle of a big job, I'm very different. If I'm in the middle of a big job and there's like loads of these out, I know which all of them are. I'll actually, unless I'm going straight back to use it, but if everything just starts, as you know, if you work on a car, looks like a bomb gone off, I like to have everything set. And the way I put it is, if everything is where you know where it is, you don't have to spend time looking around. But naturally, these are trolleys on wheels, so like naturally, if you're using a 10mm and you know fine well you need to use it in 2 seconds, it's either left connected to the ratchet or something like that. Yeah, I'm very much like, if I use this, I'll prise something off with it and then I'll just put it back there, and then I just know when I need it next time it's there. But other people just have everything all over, and then you'll spend 10 minutes looking for something when it's just buried in a sea of like other parts and tools, and it just that's how I am. I like to have everything where I know it is. I class this as an organised mess. Organised mess, that's what I'll class. So yeah, we'll leave this one here today. I was going to get a bit more in depth because I thought we had another job coming in earlier this morning. But even with this Cougar, we did all the oil and filter and that. We started a lot of it last night. But the stuff that's coming this afternoon, a lot of it's not. I've got like, what is that again? There's a Citroen C3, what the hell do they call them things? Picasso thing in for a service in a MOT. I've got an exhaust to look at. I think there's an Astra coming in with possibly seized calipers or handbrake cables, but I can't. That's going to be like 3 o'clock, and I'm going to be working probably late till like 6 o'clock or later. And then by the obviously I'm not going to stand at 6 o'clock and start uploading a video. Because I need to edit them, convert them, make a thumbnail, upload them, do the what do you call them things? The tags that you put in. So again, it would be like, as soon as I got through the door, what I like to be able to do is finish work, get through the door, if it's not too late, see my daughter, get a shower, get sorted, and be able to sit and have a bit of time. Whereas if I do these videos right till the end of the day, I've got to then get home and then sit down and start doing it, where I can do this on my dinner break. I can edit, convert, and get it uploaded while I'm at work. Because I don't know if a lot of you realise, but so you know me 2 dogs. There the 2 of them are. Snoozing, wish I had that life. I walk in, they're the leaders. I don't drive. I mean, there's a few people commented like, "Oh, why do you need 2 3.7 petrol 4-wheel drives and stuff like that?" The reason is, I walk to work Tuesday to Friday. I walk in and I walk home with the dogs, unless it's absolutely torrential. My dad will pick us up, or I'll bring a car in. So yeah, that's the reason why I have these cars. Just if you wonder, like, why do you not have a diesel and things like that, that's why I walk to work and back. So like I've mentioned, when I actually finish work, I don't just jump in the car and drive home. I've got to do and I actually do a detour. Sometimes I do about 2.5 miles to walk home, so the dogs get a proper walk. So it's not just like finish work, get home, do the upload. I've got to finish work, walk home, then get home, do all that. So just so you understand, that's why I'm not adding in end of day stuff onto the videos. So I'll leave that here. I'll catch you on tomorrow's vlog. I think there's quite a bit in tomorrow as well, so that's going to be a busy day. So yeah, please, if you like this, hit the like. Please leave a comment if you wish, and hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on another video. Bye!